On today's episode, we're going to take a quick look at a few stocks that I believe are giving me some great buying opportunities. Like most of you, I put money to work every single week. So every single week, I'm either looking for opportunities that are sitting at attractive levels or a new position. I'm going to do a mixture of both today. So we're going to take a quick look at 5 stocks. I also want to take a quick look at a random curveball. This is something that's not in my normal investing style, but a lot of life changes has kind of happened. All right, so the first company we are going to take a quick look at is Playstudios. And the first two we're going to look at, I want to say, are probably my biggest speculative plays. This means if they are, and they are in my portfolio, and I continue to add on them, they're only going to be a very, very small portion. But I believe the high growth on them, the risk to reward is even a small position, if they become big winners, can do great things to my portfolio. And that's where Playstudios. So Playstudios is pretty much a platform. It looks like more like a gambling style thing, but there's no real life gambling here. You can buy tokens and kind of get tokens, but these tokens have no monetary value. The great thing about Playstudios game is they partner up with a lot of big names like MGM, and when you play their games, you kind of get loyalty points. With these loyalty points, you can get kind of, we can see here, I think they even have, you can get like free nights at certain hotels. You can get a lot of different perks, real life perks. So pretty impressive. One of my best friends, he plays this and he's a big gambler. So he plays this, gets the loyalty points and uses them at casinos later on. So I've been playing a lot of the games recently too. Pretty impressive. This is a recent SPAC right now. Playstudios is traded under the ticker MYPS. It's down about 3.07 before the day closed, and after hours it's down another 2%. So this is a very volatile stock, right? This is why I consider this one of my speculative plays. Something that would always be a small portion in my portfolio, but I do believe if it does do well, it can provide great returns, and I do believe it could do well. So right now, this is a recent SPAC. We can see from its 52-week high, the merger is already complete. It's down 43.72%. And we're going to see both these two companies I'm going to look at first. A lot of things are happening with like shares, with like warrants, so that kind of volatility is what's going to happen with this one. The second one is going to be Skillz, just so you guys know. But Playstudios, they did report their first quarter earnings on May 1st. Revenue was up 27.1% compared to the same time last year, right? This is a nice growth company. They are adjusted EBITDA profitable, which was good, right? I mean, overall, huge growth. Brand new company, right? The company also did have a new partnership with Bolero. I'm not a huge bowling fan, maybe some of you guys are, but now if you play their games, you can get real life rewards with bowling parties from Bolero. So pretty impressive, right? They're expanding into different markets. Like I said, right now they're really into mainly casino style games, but they are expanding. Their next game is going to be more of an RPG style. I want to see what kind of partnerships they enter with that. Another thing I want to take a quick look at is App Annie. They just released their Top Publishers Award for 2021. You have some really big names in here, but look, one name that makes it here, number 21, is Playstudios in the top 30 United States headquarters overall publishers. I mean, that's pretty insane. This is currently a market cap of less than $1 billion. The second company I want to take a quick look at is Skillz. Skillz is, like I mentioned, the second one that's going to be more of like a speculative play. I don't mind holding it in my portfolio, but it will never be a big portion of my portfolio. But before we go any further, guys, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor, a great reason why I'm able to provide so much content to you guys for free. Also, let me know in the comments below, what are some of your favorite gaming stocks at the moment? I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services the Fool offers. Through the Motley Fool Stock Advisor services, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done amazing returns. If growing your money is something you like to do more of this year, you can visit fool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the Stock Advisor is right for you. Thanks again to the Motley Fool, and now onto today's video. So Skillz, for those that are not familiar, it's a platform that allows for competitive mobile games. So you can kind of, let's say you are a professional, blah, blah, blah. You can kind of, right now they have very limited games. And let me say, When I invest in Skillz, I'm not investing in Skillz for the games it has now. I'm investing for the games it could have in the future. Right now, it has very, I want to say, boring games like Tetris, Block Bits, right? It has Solitaire Cube, games that you can pay an entry fee. If you win money. But I'm saying it's still early stages in the business. In the future, if it ever enters into first-person shooters, into some of these crazy popular games, that's where the huge growth for Skillz comes. Again, that is why I consider it a speculative play. Remember, speculative plays aren't necessarily a negative term. It just tells me, Jose, remember, you have to be a little bit more careful, maybe control your risk when buying some of these companies. One of my favorite things is Skillz. If you guys would heard, one of the popular things about Skillz is they kind of had a partnership with NFL where they're kind of creating a game for the NFL, and it's kind of starting from a challenge. I just want to show you guys where they're at right now. So first, they are now in their game development phase, and this is expected to end in the end of this year, December 31st of 2021. So it's still going to take some time. I feel like there was so much excitement about this when it came out, but people kind of forget that it takes time to develop games. Game readiness phase is still to be decided. It's probably going to be sometime between the mid to end of 2022. But again, strong partnerships like this is why I'm excited about Skillz. So Skillz right now is sitting at $15.29, market cap of $6.06 billion, a lot bigger than Playstudios. Remember, Playstudios was less than $1 billion. But Skillz right now, we can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 65%. It's definitely seen a crazy correction. I do believe I'm liking where the value is standing right now. If we take a look at their most recent earnings, which were May 4th, they reported 92% year-over-year revenue growth. They also did raise their full year 2021 guidance. So super strong company. They are expected to do earnings later in August 3rd of 2021. So I think 2 weeks from now. One of the cool things is June 2nd of 2021. Skillz is acquired a company. They are expected to close in the third quarter of 2021. And this is Arky to form, they're trying to form the first integrated esports advertisement platform. I think this is a great move. Again, I'm not liking where Skillz is at right now. Definitely their games, I would say, suck. I have no, I want to say, urge to play their games. I do see the future growth this company can go into, and that's why I enjoy it. Some other recent news: on July 16, 2021, there were some talks about Skillz redeeming outstanding common stock warrants. Again, like I mentioned, both Playstudios and Skillz, recent SPACs, you can start hearing things about them doing stuff about warrants, maybe stuff about downloading shares, maybe stuff about doing offerings. This is to be expected, right? And this is why I believe this stock will be very volatile for the next few months, maybe in the next year. Skillz right now is expected to grow strong, 25.7% on average for the next 2 to 5 years. It's not profitable. It's not positive cash flow from operations. But if we take a look at their financial health, they have plenty of cash compared to no debt. It might change a bit after this acquisition. We'll have to take a look. But regardless, still a strong fundamentals. Again, this is still very early stages in its business, to a small position. The third company we're going to take a quick look at is Roblox, right? Roblox, I think, is being a monster. One I don't have. This is the first one I don't have in my portfolio, and I am thinking about adding. So Roblox, for those that are not familiar, they are expected to become like the metaverse, right? Right now, there are like, if you don't know, Roblox is not one single game. It's a platform where people develop multiple games, and you can play within that game, or they kind of created their own kind of world. So for example, here, this Brookhaven RP right now, as I am recording, has about 668,000 playing. That's just one experience. You have another one with 124,000, another one at 84,000, this one with 235, 118,000, 86,000. So you can see it is crazy how many people are playing Roblox right now. If we take a look, their most recent earnings, which were for the first quarter, ended with revenue up 140%. Unfortunately, this is a company that might be affected with the overall reopening. They might see a decrease in daily active users. I think that's okay. I mean, you wouldn't expect as many people to be playing as they were during the COVID situation. They do expect to report earnings on August 16th of 2021. So about a month from now. Roblox, they also kind of partnered up with Sony Music Entertainment to bring their artists into the metaverse. So you can see Roblox is definitely doing a lot of partnerships with different companies to kind of make their metaverse a lot stronger. They recently also partnered up with I wouldn't say partner up. Netflix kind of created a game or an experience using Roblox platform. So I think it just shows the overall power of Roblox. And we've seen some other toy manufacturers also kind of partner up with Roblox. So Roblox right now is not profitable in earnings, but they are positive in cash flow from operations. They have a strong future growth, expected to grow 23.1% on average. They currently have no debt and plenty of cash and short-term investments. So Roblox, I really do enjoy. The fourth company, I believe this is the fourth company, is going to be Corsair. So Corsair, this is a bit different, right? This is one that is, I want to say, has strong earnings, has strong valuation. So different styles, some very high growth, some modest growth with positive cash flow. Now we're going to see a nice one with, I believe, positive earnings. So Corsair, they are pretty much a hardware company, a lot of peripherals for gaming, for computers. So they own a few companies within them. For example, Corsair, you might know them for some of their memories, some of their custom products for PC products. And right now, right, we're having a lot of people, a lot of streamers create new computer rigs. You have the new kind of, I want to say, cycle of gaming where so many people are upgrading their computers. So I do believe things like memories, things like storage, things like other things that they provide, power supplies, are going to be in high demand. They also have a company called Elgato. They sell a lot of streaming products there. A lot of streaming products I use are, then they have Origin, which is more of a customizable PC already pre-built. Then you have Scuff Gaming. This is where they have kind of, I want to say, more like controllers for professional gamers. One of my best friends, he also kind of plays, and he says he has two of these controllers. They're about $200 a pop. I think that's insane, but to each their own. They have, so they're in all different markets in the gaming world, also in the content creating world. So Corsair right now is sitting at $29.52, and we can see market cap of $2.72 billion. From its 52-week high, the stock is down about 42.1%. I do believe these are giving us great opportunities. These companies might not be the most interesting, or I want to say the most popular, but I do believe they're sitting at attractive levels for me. In most recent July 15, Elgato, which is their streaming content creating platform, launched new products for the content creators. They recently launched a new premium webcam along with other products. If we take a quick look, they are expected to report earnings on August 3rd of 2021. Is that the same day as Skillz? I might be a bit busy that day then. Finally, if we take a quick look at their most recent earnings, which were for the first quarter, they saw increased revenue of 71% compared to the same time last year. So a nice growth company. If we take a look, they are profitable. They are positive in cash flow from operations. So this is a more mature company. They are expected to grow their revenues 10% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. So nice growth as well. They also have a decent balance sheet. They have about $120 million in cash, plenty of inventory, enough to kind of offset that debt. I honestly wish that debt was a little bit better, but with the inventory and cash that they have, it's okay for me. I want to say one of the biggest issues with Corsair right now is the double-edged sword that I like to call it, and that's insider ownership. Actually, it's this venture capital private equity firm that owns them, EagleTree. They own about 59% of this business. So whenever they sell off, it does cause some form of dilution on, not dilution, kind of volatility in the market. Sometimes prices might go up, sometimes prices might go down, but it does cause volatility. And some people seem to worry when a big player like this starts to sell off. The final company we're going to take a quick look at, and finally I'm going to end it with my curveball after that, is GRVY. GRVY is pretty much a Southeast Asia gaming company, very unknown. I've talked about it earlier on. I do believe now that I'm really bullish in this gaming market. It's looking super attractive. So you might know them from their games. Ragnarok was it's their strongest IP. They're kind of entering other markets right now, but Ragnarok is their main players. First, I want to show you guys this company's crazy valuation. It's expected to grow at crazy levels, so we're going to see that. But revenue in the last trailing 12 months has been 437 billion South Korean wons. And if we convert that to United States dollars, that's about $379 million. Can Can we guess what's the market cap of this company? 688. So right now, price to sales ratio for this company is less than 2. I think that's insane within itself. But we're going to take a quick look. This is a company that has a strong balance sheet. They are also expected, and they're releasing new games, right? So if we take a look, they are expected to do major upcoming launching in 2021, especially in the second half of 2021. They recently did do additional launchings of one of the games in the second quarter of 2021. But if we take a look at the popularity here in Southeast Asia, I'm taking a look at top apps on Google Play in some of Southeast Asia companies. Here in Indonesia, we can see in the grossing segment, we have Ragnarok X being number 4. So pretty impressive. Next, if we take a look at Thailand, you have Ragnarok at number 2. And you have, I think that was it. Next, if we take a look at Malaysia, you have Ragnarok in number 5. So again, pretty strong with the amount of grossings. And this is overall grossing games, overall grossing apps, not just game apps. If we take a quick look at Philippines, you have Ragnarok X on number 2 here, and then you have Ragnarok M on number 6. So they are very, very popular in Southeast Asia, and I believe this is a great reason to show, hey, the bullish case of this company. Now, the final company I want to take a look at is really not a stock itself, it's more of an ETF. I am married right now, and my wife and I, we save a nice amount of money in cash. We also save a nice amount of money in stocks. We recently had a discussion that, hey, maybe we want to save a little bit less in cash and put a lot more in stocks. The only condition was I would have to invest that money in the S&P 500 or some other form of index funds. I'm like, hey, that's okay. S&P 500 is fine, can provide great returns. So that is the number 6 stock I'm looking into adding this week. So these are the 5-6 stocks I'm looking to buy this week. Again, it doesn't mean I'm buying all of them. I might just choose 2 or 3, but I am planning on selling one gaming stock, and I am going to do a video on that in a bit. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was, I think it might be a bit longer than most of my videos, but I believe it provides a lot of great information and it just shows my overall thought process at the moment. So take care, guys. Have a good night and see you next time.